Joe, as we look to the semi-final of the League Cup, what does this competition mean to you and the team?
Means a lot. Um, it's our focus from now to the end of the season. I said before in my previous interview that we can't win the league as much as we want to finish in a respectable position within the league. We also, are desperate to win the League Cup, and I've said a few times that we believe that we can win it. Still believe that. I feel as though we're probably the favourites, but ultimately it's turning that into us being favourites and actually then putting the performances out on the pitch. We've been inconsistent throughout the season from my point of view. So it's really important that within these cup games we are consistent in terms of the performances from minute one until the 90th minute, and not having first halves where we're really good or second halves where we're struggling. But cup games are a bit different. They pose different challenges to what a league game would be. But we feel as though we've had plenty of weeks and opportunities to prepare in the right way. So ultimately, there's no excuses. We've just got to put in a good performance, and fingers crossed we'll get the 3 points.
We'll be facing Coventry Sphinx, who we beat at home earlier on in the season. How are you preparing for the squad to replicate that league victory?
We've got to make sure that we're not going with a mindset that it's going to be a walk in the park, because it isn't. They've just beaten a very good side in Shrewsbury in their previous game, but I've got a lot of respect for Shrewsbury and how they play, and ultimately Coventry managed to beat them in a comfortable-ish manner from what I've seen and heard. So they're going to pose different threats to when we played them early in the season. If I'm being honest, I felt as though the game previously it was a comfortable win. And out of possession, in possession, I think they had one chance which wasn't a chance because it was offside. So we controlled the game, and we played really well. So we've got to make sure that going into the semi-final, we're aware of their new threats. I believe that we'll have a few players playing that didn't play before and that will be playing against us. But we've got to stick to our principles, play with energy, watch out for their counter-attacks, and ultimately what they're trying to do in terms of exploiting us in behind. But the main focus is that we want to score goals, and we've got to be clinical in the 18-yard box and finish the chances that we create.
How important is this fixture to the team for their confidence moving forward to the remainder of the season?
Yeah, like I just said, it's in terms of confidence for the remainder of the season, it's lose, and unfortunately we finished the season on a slight negative. But win and ultimately to progress into a final, it's absolutely massive from us. Last season we were going to games and we were losing 5-0, 6-0. We played Leafield, we lost 7-1. We didn't even have a goalkeeper in goal. So to have the opportunity to play in a final with Solihull Moors is special for me as well, because of what we've been able to develop with the club and you guys and the coaching staff and everybody involved that's worked really hard to try and make this a success. We're going to give absolutely everything to win the League Cup. So it means, I suppose that's from my perspective in terms of the players, they've got the same sort of mindset in terms of me. Their expectation is that they're going to go into the game and give absolutely everything, because they're also so desperate to win. We felt as though, again, we've been consistent throughout the league. So putting sort of the wrongs in terms of rights in the League Cup and ultimately finish on a high.
Thank you, Joe.